Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. As always, an easy way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a thumbs up, by leaving a comment, by leaving multiple comments, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. There is a lot to cover. I find it quite interesting how so much could happen in like a 23.5-hour period. At the moment, for those of you not looking at the screen, it says Bitcoin breaks more records, crashes the US dollar in a record low. So I haven't checked, but apparently everyone's talking about it. It appears as if the US dollar's value has gone down. People are now asking if there is a final correlation, which there always has been, between the US dollar and Bitcoin. In that, the US dollar's value has dropped and Bitcoin's value has gone up. On top of that, it says Bitcoin surges to 68,500 US dollars in the latest all-time high rally, gaining 4.6% on the day. Now, here's the stuff that everyone's actually focusing on. Quantitative analyst Plan B is updating his Bitcoin price target for the first quarter of next year and reveals when he thinks Bitcoin will see a hyperbolic surge where it outperforms all other assets. In an interview with Anthony Pompliano, the widely followed crypto analyst says that based on his various models, there's a possibility for Bitcoin to ascend as much as 700% by early next year. He said, if we look at on-chain signals right now, I would say that the top is at least a couple of months away, say 6 months from here. So that would be end of Q1. Then the third kind of model that I use is, of course, that floor model, $135,000. That's not based on stock to flow. It's a proprietary thing based on other stuff, technical and on chain. He said, I guess we will be above $100,000, above $135,000 at the end of this year. And then we'll continue to grow maybe towards to stock to flow X model target at $288,000 or even above. I would not be surprised even to see in Q1 or Q2 of next year prices of $300,000, $400,000, or $500,000 per Bitcoin. As you might have imagined, people are hyper focused on this, and I even wonder as well if other people have been taking note and therefore changing their predictions as well. You might remember a couple of days ago, it's been no more than 3 or 4 days, Raoul Pal, who's had the same prediction for as long as we can remember of where Bitcoin was going to be by the end of this year, suddenly randomly changed his price prediction in saying that we had another 6 months left of price movements upward, which also ties directly into what Plan B has been saying for a very long time. It also goes into like other years and stuff like that for those of you who don't know or have never looked at Plan B's charts, or have never heard him on other podcasts, not just with Pompliano. He wholeheartedly believes, I believe, by 2028, we should have a more than $1 million Bitcoin. He says at which point, basically all value, everything, will begin to be sucked into Bitcoin. And he said the only reason why it's really not happening now is because of old people. Not my words, his. He says basically the older generation is kind of content with having gold, content with having real estate, and content with having land. He said eventually this money will shift to a younger generation, and or older people will at some point be advised, you made 8% on your money last year. Here's a way to make 150% on your money, and that is by moving to the digital economy. On top of that, it says clear skies for Bitcoin price discovery if giant $70,000 Bitcoin sell wall is scaled. We are not that far away from it. I mentioned this yesterday. There is no reason why Bitcoin should be below $85,000 at this point. There's just no actual reason. It simply has to do with whale activity, whale movement of them trying to accumulate as much as possible. But eventually, prices do have to move up because they are accumulating. It's not like they're accumulating and the amount of Bitcoin on a cryptocurrency exchange remains the same. It actually is. Sorry for that little, I don't know if you saw that kick. I like kicked my leg sideways. Anyway, and on top of that, it says Bitcoin investor confidence highest ever as Bitcoin price closes in on $70,000. Bitcoin's latest all-time high at 68,000, driven by whale accumulation. Yes, we've been going over this for a long time, even on the other channel that I stopped doing because it was just way too much happening in my life at that time. We know that Bitcoin is being accumulated by the richest people on the planet. They slipped at the beginning of last year and basically told everybody what they were doing. And now we know that they are actually buying up all the Bitcoin that's created per day. We can only imagine since then, a bunch of other companies have entered the ring and are doing the exact same thing. So when we talk about a major reason why the price is moving, it is also retail investors buying up fragments of Bitcoin. But just understand, a lot of people, it's not that Plan B and Bank of America and JP Morgan especially, and Bloomberg are putting out these price prediction charts or charting out where Bitcoin's price could be based on current networked activity and the dwindling supply of Bitcoin out there. Other banks and institutions take notice to this. They don't simply go, oh, that's a nice chart. I love those colors on that chart. They look at it, they analyze it, they make their own assumptions and say, hey, 3 of these charts are probably going to be hyper correct. Bitcoin is currently at $45,000, going to $1 million. We need to get as much as possible. We have 38 million that we could allocate to real estate. Let's allocate that completely to Bitcoin. So anyway, just letting you know what's going on, as I've been trying to do for a while. It says Bitcoin's price new all-time high in play. Will Bitcoin's price make it to $88,000 this week? Hold your horses. If we get to $88,000 per week, I have nothing that I can offer you or give you. I was going to say I'd do a little dance. I'm not doing a dance on this channel. But that'd be great for a lot of people. I'm pretty sure no one would, 88,000, nobody would be mad or get really upset. Oh, I made too much money this week. I don't think anybody would be saying those words. And it says Bitcoin rallies to a new all-time high. Why Bitcoin could surge further. As you might have guessed, this was the most popular price news of the day. Bitcoin and Ethereum are moving to brand new all-time highs. This is Ethereum's right here. It says Ethereum could soon visit $5,000. I think it's at 4,813 or something random like that. Ethereum should also be well above $10,000 at this point. The amount of usage on that network, anything below 10,000 is kind of just a smack in the face, if you will. And the only other real, this and its cousin were in the news. It says Dogecoin breakout on horizon. Doop, 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 doop. Can Dogecoin price break 30 cents this week? Probably. Why not? Didn't it go to like 40, 60 something, 75 cents at one point? Why not? The hype around Dogecoin is still there. Anytime Elon Musk does anything about any coin on Twitter, I know I joke about it a lot. He sneezed, he scratched his leg, he got a new contact lens, and Dogecoin's price goes up. But this is exactly how it works. So I just assume Dogecoin is going to go up if everything else also continues to go up as well. And its cousin is, of course, in the news. It says AMC Theaters will work on adding Shiba Inu to its list of cryptocurrency payment options. Earlier this year, AMC announced that they would be looking into trying to add Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Bcash to their roster. And then I think they announced that the first iteration would be that you'd be able to buy things in AMC with a gift card that you purchased with cryptocurrencies. Shortly after, the firm took notice of the ongoing meme coin craze and added Dogecoin as well in late October. Aaron, who I guess is the CEO, of AMC, was asking if they should also add Shiba Inu, and 81% said, yeah, sure, why not? Go for it. So now it appears that they're going to be adding it as well. And just to finish off the Shiba Inu news, because there was also more Shiba Inu news, but there's only so many times I can say that word over the course of a video. Canada's answer to the popular commission-free Robinhood, called Wealth Simple, has listed Shiba Inu onto its platform, and they have 1.5 million users. Wealth Simple first started letting its customers. Yeah, I guess why not? Buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies back in June of last year. Initially, only Bitcoin and Ether were available, but they've since added Solana, Cardano, Dogecoin, I guess Shiba Inu now as well, and the other 14 cryptocurrencies I'm going to assume based off of the top 10, if not top 15 of coins. So Shiba Inu is also rising in price right now. It's also in the news. I hope that it just finally gets listed on Robinhood because the entire back and forth between that, and this is, I think, the third rival platform to Robinhood, has also added Shiba Inu as well. I think Robinhood is legitimately the last one to actually have to add it. So as it stands, Bitcoin's rising, Ethereum's rising, a lot of the altcoins are rising. Prices look really good. Bitcoin should be $70,000 by the end of today. If it's not, something's wrong with the matrix. And without further ado, let's move on. Also in the news, and people are treating this as if it's some type of revolutionary, amazing, wonderful thing, card giant MasterCard has partnered with cryptocurrency service providers Amber Group, BitUp, and CoinJar to offer Bitcoin-linked payment cards across the Asia-Pacific region. The company said in a statement on the 8th of November, these firms are the first APAC or APAC-based platforms to join the card issuers global card program, which seeks to make it easier for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency firms to offer payment cards to their customers. The idea is not to make it easier, it is to make sure that MasterCard stays in the running. We are currently in the future. We do not explicitly have to use these cards anymore for payments. We do not need payment rails because the blockchains are the payment rails. We do not need a what's the word? Not a modifier. I can't think of the word. A principle. Principle's not the word, but you understand what I'm trying to say. To look over to see if the transactions on MasterCard are working out correctly, we have tens of thousands of people on these blockchains to make sure that the transactions are there and that they're real and that they actually did take place. However, for Visa and MasterCard, this is a very big thing because they realize they're not needed. So a way to stay needed is by making sure that the same system stays in place. But people can use these new cat-fangled cryptocurrencies that all the young people are using, and that's how you stay relevant. So the news is, and it's even more so interesting if you pay attention. Probably a lot of you don't, just to be completely honest. For the cryptocurrency news that's happening in the Asian Pacific, South Asian region, cryptocurrencies and also NFTs are taking off very big there. There are a lot of, 2 or 3 of them, cryptocurrency NFT-based games that are really popular in these regions where actually you can pay, you can play and you earn free money from it by battling with these monsters and creatures, these NFT soldiers, whatever you kind of want to call them. And they see the opportunity there because the next step is basically, and what people already have been doing there, is trading cryptocurrencies amongst themselves. So I think this will be popular. I think we are going to be using cards for at least the next 15, 20, 30 years. I think that'll be phased out by other things in the future, which I won't tell you about because it'll scare a couple of you. But yeah, so the news all over the place is the same thing that we had last week when MasterCard announced, and they were like, yeah, we're getting into the cryptocurrency space because it's really convenient for our users. No, they're just trying to stay relevant. It's just completely honest. And now they're moving into a region that they can kind of take advantage of where people are still using cards en masse and basically tell these people, hey, now you can also do it with crypto as well. But once again, I don't think we have that much longer with cards because there are going to be other far easier methods of payment. But good job, MasterCard, for staying in the news. And yeah, let's move on. Also, and oh my gosh, I tried to get away from this news, but I sincerely could not. For those of you who missed the news a couple of days ago, New York City has a new mayor. His name is Eric Adams, and he announced last week, 2 weeks ago, not really sure, that he loves Bitcoin. He loves the idea of cryptocurrencies and blockchains. And then a week before that, the mayor of Miami, pretty sure it was Miami, announced that he was going to be accepting one of his paychecks in Bitcoin. And then the new the new New York mayor was like, hey, I'm going to take 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. And everyone was like, oh, snaps. I can't believe he's doing that. And I'm still waiting for somebody to be like, I'm taking 5 paychecks. So this guy now apparently is trying to figure out how to get cryptocurrency payments accepted across the entirety of New York City. He says, as a mayor would, that he wants to do it right. He wants to do it correct. He wants to make sure that all the proper regulations and KYC, AML things are in place, but he wants to make New York City the cryptocurrency hub of the entirety of the United States, which is the exact same thing that the mayor of Miami said. So I guess now, hopefully, he actually stands by his word, because as we've seen before, New York is not the friendliest place when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Apparently, everyone I know who lives there tells me taxes are very high. They still have that thing where if you use your cryptocurrencies as a means of payment, that starts a taxable situation, which is the most interesting thing I've heard all day. And then there's just a whole bunch of other things. Every single time that there's a new coin, new platform, new trading service, new lending service, new anything that ends up launching within the states, New York is always the last to get it. So if he can fix all those things, well, then you're the best mayor that New York has probably ever had. On top of that, yeah, crypto center innovation. There's ice in that water for some reason. I'm not sure why they chose that exact photo. And then on this one, he says that he also wants cryptocurrency and blockchain to be taught in schools. There's like if I scroll down more, you can find these quotes if you want. He said, I don't know how true this is. He said that sometimes when he was walking around, and I guess during his mayoral campaign, he was talking to whippersnappers and trying to discuss Bitcoin and blockchain with them. And apparently some of them didn't know what it was. And that's where I was like, hey, hold on there. I think everyone under the age of 42 knows exactly what Bitcoin and blockchain are. Once again, my grandmother, who's like 80, pushing 80, if you say Bitcoin to her, she goes, okay. So anyway, so his idea was he wants them to be able to have a great footing in the future, and therefore cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and blockchain should be taught in schools as the normal curriculum. That'd be great. Whether it's going to happen is an entirely different discussion. I said this before, it is going to be the countries who adopt it first, who learn about it first. Remember, for those of you who were here, in 2018, when China was putting out all those, for those of you who were, this was a really weird time, and I kept on, I was grinding my teeth trying to tell people that it's clear that China owns tons of Bitcoin. My assumption. They were putting out all these PDFs. You might remember them. They have really weird photos, basically talking about blockchain and how great it was. But one of the main centerpieces for the actual thing was like a Bitcoin. It was like 15 pages. And it was showing this guy proposing to this woman with like a Bitcoin coin. And she was like, oh, I can't believe I'm so happy. And I was like, why are they making these things? They were trying to educate the entirety of their population online for free in this 100-page PDF onto the goodness of blockchain and also of what Bitcoin had been doing and whatever kind of thing that was. And then they took somebody's book, Andreas Antonopoulos' book, The Mastering Bitcoin. They swiped out the name Bitcoin and wrote Mastering Blockchain. That was also in all of their stores. And apparently it was exactly the same text, except for with a brand new title. And then they also had, there was a, on like their, what is it called? Like the national news station, every country has them. They had I think a 24-hour showing of the benefits of, and these things are being done to actually, in some way, to educate the population. Can you imagine? I can't. In many other countries, the government mailing everyone something to make sure that they learn about blockchain and cryptocurrencies and inflation and about how the US dollar is not doing too well. And then they have an announcement to everyone and say, hey, for 24 hours, we're going to have this documentary on so that you can all learn more about it. See, it doesn't see, a lot of you already sucked your teeth or have folded your arms because it doesn't sound too realistic. So anyway, I would love if this initiative worked. I would love if in 15, 20 years, the the youthful generation, they knew more about, you know what I'm trying to say, but I don't feel like this is actually going to happen. But this is also major news right now floating around because, you know, when someone says something like this, it kind of ruffles a lot of feathers, but kids already know what cryptocurrencies are, you know. Anyway, cool. Yeah. Woo. See, there's a coin here teaching them about itself because that's what was proposed. Let's move on. And to finish things off, the CEO of Discord has teased, wink, wink, the usage of Ethereum on their platform. I think there's so this is the tweet that someone found or someone wrote, and this is what the head of Discord wrote on his Discord. It's in Discord Alien Controller. I don't know what that's supposed to be, actually. I've never learned. Plus the symbol for Ethereum and a MetaMask, and I can't read that. That text is way too tiny, but I see MetaMask thing there. And then somebody wrote probably nothing, wink, which means that they're looking to integrate Ethereum in some sort of way. I was actually quite surprised because a lot of news articles floating around it's not negative, but it's more like people are saying that they think that the spirit of Discord would be diminished or watered down if NFTs were integrated. I'm fairly certain that many NFT projects already are using Discord. It's already probably full of different cryptocurrency Discord. I'm pretty sure there's not only one Bitcoin Discord. And then people were also saying that they don't like Ethereum's high fees. You know, just going to throw this out there. I'm certain or probably assuming the reason why first of all, Discord is huge. I'm going to assume that they've had multiple conversations with Ethereum developers to either have a layer on Polygon so that they can have free transactions, or just simply announce an integration when we have the merger of Ethereum 2.0 and therefore no transaction fees at all. I'm going to assume that the people from Discord are not. If you've ever played a video game, like a cryptocurrency video game, there was like one on Ethereum years ago. Moons and moons ago, where basically every action you performed was a transaction, and it was basically meant to show the future of gaming and stuff like that. And then EOS also had one. You know, every other blockchain that basically had lower and lower fees had one. But for this Ethereum game, I think this is when Ethereum fees were like 2 or 3 cents. I tried playing it, and I mean, every time you jumped, every time you took out your magical sword and stuff like that, that was also a transaction. So I'm going to assume the point is that the people from Discord aren't going to make it so that every transaction, everything that you perform on Discord doesn't create a new transaction of 128 Ether. I don't understand. I was going to say, I don't understand why there was so much dislike of this, or I saw so many articles saying, hey, you know, this probably isn't going to be good for Discord. But a lot of times it has to do with a lot of people who write these articles also have a huge interest in another coin. I assume if they had announced that they were integrating with Cardano or thinking about a Cardano integration, there would have been tons of websites saying, well, you know what? Ethereum is so much better. It has so many more transactions, has so many more so-and-so. If they had announced they were doing it on XRP's ledger because they have no transaction fees, people would have also lost their mind. If they announced that they were doing it on a layer 2 or layer 3 solution for Bitcoin, you kind of get the idea. So once again, just so we can bring this on home, Ethereum is major. Ethereum's not tiny. It is the most used blockchain on this planet. It is going to continue to be that way. Governments are using Ethereum. Institutions and banks are writing their whatever you name you want to throw out there on top of Ethereum. So it seems only likely, and I mentioned this before, and I'll still mention it again. Every single time that a brand new coin comes out, they always say, we are going to pass by Ethereum. We are so and so and so. And this is why I said years ago, do it. If your coin is quick enough, fast enough, amazing enough, and has the support, then by all means, please become the number 2 coin. Ethereum's probably always going to be the number 2 coin. There's a lot of articles floating around the flippening happening. That is not going to happen anytime soon, if not ever, of Ethereum becoming the number 1 coin. but it's because of its actual usage. Like, it's not like there's only like 5 companies using Ethereum. If you've never been to this website, go to Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. It is made up of hundreds, not 100, hundreds with an S, of companies that you know, that you love, who have all years ago joined this alliance to use Ethereum, to write on top of Ethereum, and to base their businesses eventually on Ethereum 2.0. So anyway, I saw a couple of negative articles and I just simply did not get it. I mean, you can't stop the wave at this point. Just throwing that out there. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Wow. That's how you know I'm out of it. I got like an hour, like legitimately an hour's sleep last night. I have no idea how I'm up. My eyes are kind of heavy. I don't know if you can see it. I was going to read the Patreon names, but scream out the name of the coins, be like Bitcoin, Ethereum. But I was this close. I was that close. Professor Wally from Gunbot University. And let's move on. Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen, Stake It With Valor. Fudd, Wiser, Mortified, Roman, Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony Ambroski, The Dealer's Den. My face. Red Plum Tomato, Umnu, Wishniki, the letter M. Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z-Way, Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos Was Like, Mobarazi, Jojo, Shawshow, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grolay, Lauren Silva, Quotability, Bare Bones, Mining, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Turnoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Auspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, Ebibia Phobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moha Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared China, Wise Knight, Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Goldie 3D, Damien, Set Sooner, Rich Rich III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mann, Gialavodi, Jim Garner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Amacho, Disa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your continued support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who left a like, who has commented, who has subscribed. Thank you to... I don't remember. My brain is fuzzy. Thank you to everybody who has supported the channel in their own way. I do appreciate it and also appreciate you. At the moment, Bitcoin is at 68,191. It is currently up by 3.18 percentile points. Ethereum is at 4,800. It's weird to see it. It doesn't look real when you look at Ethereum's price. It is currently up by 1.8 percentile points. Cardano is up by 10%. Okay, there was no Cardano news, but you do what you got to do, buddy. On top of that, okay, all right. Luna's up by 4%. Litecoin's up by 20%. Okay. Uniswap is up by 4. Chainlink is up by 4. VeChain Thor is up by 14. Anything else spectacular? Ethereum. Okay, this is we're clearly in some type of twilight zone. Ethereum Classic is also up. And I can feel somebody be like, well, it's up because of this. There was just no Ethereum Classic news across the board. So Filecoin is up by 4. Phantom is up by 6. Tron is up by 6. Theta is up by 9. Near Protocol is up by 6. The Graph is up by 11. Helium is up by 18. EOS is up by 11. I assume this is off the back of the word from the EOS Foundation being like, hey, we're going to actually do something with this project now. Monero is up by 4% as well. And IOTA is clinging on to number 50. Oh, IOTA. Anyway, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and listening. And I hope that we have a very interesting price week. I have a very strange feeling. I said this earlier. I'm pretty sure I said this yesterday. I feel like this week is going to be really, really crazy. And there's nothing stopping us from hitting these price numbers. So thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.